I'm gonna open up OBS.
But it looks like it's stabilizing.
Been there.
Oh, we're back. I think we're back.
Okay,
Back.
so I think
We're back.
yes, I see us. I
There
can't
we-
check audio on the stream, so if somebody can make sure that we can be heard, that would be rad.
That'd be awesome. But I
Yep,
think
we're good. We're here.
Yay, we're back.
heard.
All right. Okay.
Holy
so,
moly.
to catch everyone up who just joined us, we are sitting in the house of Lady Minsei, and they are waiting, sitting around the table, waiting for Lady Minsei to show up.
And
I'm
Fox
proud-
is. And sorry, not Fox.
Javi.
Kavi is there early.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's just yeah. She's been up doing her exercise and stuff in the morning. It's nothing super important unless I don't know. You're welcome to latch onto that however you care, but otherwise, if people were there, because I know you two were already discussing, like otherwise, Kavi's just enjoying watching Sita squirm talking to Babarshare. Because
I walk you chattering to the tarnished, sweet, archaic, polished mirror from last time, and just start picking at a croissant. Or no, that's not a thing that's here. Something.
Oh yeah, what would be like breakfast food for us in this?
I mean, there's a lot of fruit, and there's a lot of like small cakes and those kinds of things. And then I don't know what those are the main experiences I have for like more of a continental style. What about you, Leona? And
Definitely there'd be like different vegetable
uh-huh.
dry sort of curries, like potato curry, chickpea curry. Usually there's some sort of a bread to go along with it. So there's puris, there's chapatis.
In terms of actual pastries, you can probably
Sweets.
there's a lot of different like things that you can get. There's I forget what it's called, but it's almost like a layered, like almost like a ladyfinger biscuit shape.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
But it's layer upon layer upon layer, and it's got little jira cumin seeds in it. So it's quite savory. Most of like Indian pastries are quite savory.
That sounds
I think
awesome.
it's like papri or
Something like
namkeen.
that. I'm thinking of Gujarati namkeens because that's all I know,
Yeah.
right? Probably little
Dhokla?
diamond dhokla would be there. Savory sponge cake.
Oh yes.
That would
Upma,
be so good.
dosas.
That would be there. Lots of semolina based things, and I am thinking of a
suji.
particular Gujarati diamond shaped sort of little nibbly, not the sweet.
I think I
Not
know
the
what you're talking
sweet.
about.
But they're these little. You can get it either in sweet or in savory. So I'm assuming Lady Minsei would have both because they're so easy to just like pick one up.
Food show.
And
Yes.
And I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
I digress.
Yeah. So anyway, really good food.
Yeah. I am down to eat I will try the spicy, savory sponge cake and sipping tea. And I'm kind of just around the food and where the tea is because I cannot function and talk to people without something.
On Bupper's plate, there's one of everything.
Yep.
Even if it's overcrowding the plate, it's one of everything. And
Mm.
double or triple of some of the things that they like more.
Kavi doesn't even bother with a plate. It's going straight to her mouth. This is like 30 times better than she ever eats. So.
Oh, hey, Mary Shadow, thank you for the follow. We love you. Okay.
Hey, mirror shadows.
All right. So you are eating or chatting to your mirrors or whatever you're doing, looking at your plant, whatever it is. And you're for about 15 minutes, and Lady Minsei enters the room and shuts the door behind her and sits down. Well, thank you. It's good to see you all awake.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Are you
Good
ready to head out
morning.
on your journey?
Oof. Mm-hmm.
As
Great.
I'll ever be.
We haven't gotten very far in the decoding of those papers that you brought from your mission, but we did get far enough that says that they've somehow infiltrated Varanasi, and I would hope that you would check that out for me.
That's the.
Did they depict how? Did they say what they mean? What it means by infiltrate?
The most we could get out of it is that they have moved in and are establishing trade to begin their takeover of the continent. That's as far as we could get. It's hard to decipher. Their cipher is very difficult, and we haven't gotten very far on it in the last 2 days.
Well, it is my neck of the woods as long as certain people don't see me, particularly spouses and just
we know.
those that didn't want to share. So
She just looks with one eyebrow raised. I hope that won't be a problem.
No. They're just ruffled. I'm sure I can unruffle them and make them all amenable.
That is good.
How possibly could you do that, Bobber Share?
And I look at the catnip plant and at Sita.
Does not acknowledge. And it's actually, I see that's actually kind of almost like cautiously looking at Prakriti. Prakriti, I'm so sorry, my brain is toast today. And it's she's, she hadn't spoken to her since their talk, so she's not quite sure what footing they're on. Just thought I'd mention that.
Prakirti's mostly talking to a mirror, though occasionally the mirror seems like I'm flashing, like it's like trying to catch Flabbershare's face in the mirror for some weird reason, and then I giggle at the mirror.
Thank you so much, Michael Wayne, for the bits. We love you.
Oh, look at those rainbow bits.
We're so pretty.
Pride bits.
So around breakfast and definitely after belching, Kavi looks over and asks Lee Minsei, so what about the boat?
What about the boat?
The fucking great big boat statue we brought back?
The one we fished out of the ocean that sings.
The one that we thought was like...
boat.
Did you give it to her? I don't feel like you gave it to her.
I thought it was still on the boat.
No, we totally brought the boat statue back and into the tea room when we returned because we were trying to figure out where to put it in the room.
She didn't notice because she was so caught up in the...
Oh no, is it still in there?
Yeah,
probably.
So there's this big boat.
No one noticed the boat.
Like,
it sings, and it was in the middle of the ocean. It was very strange.
We didn't tell you about the boat?
No.
I look at everybody else at the table. Nobody told her about the boat.
We told her about the boat, but she was distracted by the military plans by the invading army as if they were like the most important thing that could possibly be going on right now.
I just look sheepish and just put my wing behind my head.
I mean, the boat didn't mind.
Well, anyway, there's a boat.
It's over there. It sings like this, and then I kind of emulate how it sings, but I don't remember how it sounds.
It's kind of like an ethereal, but happy, like airy and happy tune.
So,
And wasn't it a foreign language?
Yeah, it's
I
not
can't
in a language.
understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't understand.
So it's like phonetic.
I learned how to sing when I leveled up just so I could sing along with it, but I'm not doing a very good job.
Oh, I learned how to sing too.
Did you buy a bag of holding in the last game?
I did.
Okay, good. I was just reminding myself that you did.
More importantly, I bought a small, archaic, tarnished, polished mirror.
No, that's fair. I just wanted to make sure you had something in case you didn't. Yeah.
Does the boat fit in the bag of holding?
It will fit in the bag of holding.
Oh, God.
I'm over there now trying to fit the boat into the bag of holding.
It will take you a bit of time to put it in, but it will go in.
I asked.
Do I help?
Are you sure you want to bring it, Prakirti?
Well, I mean, no one seems to care for it here.
Well, we don't, I cannot believe I am saying this before breakfast, but we don't know if it's an evil boat.
We don't, which is why it's going in the bag.
Well, then isn't it safer to leave it here than take it to where the bad guys are?
I would second that line of questioning.
Lady Minsei says, give me a moment. And she, like, sits and looks at it.
It's half in the bag right now.
Well, okay, we should
It's half in the bag.
half that's not in the bag.
Can I help put the rest of it in the bag?
No, she's just gonna look at it right quick, and she's gonna say, "It's not evil. Odd, but not evil.
Do you need time to take a closer look at it?
It's a beautiful thing with some kind of magic that allows it to sing. I can't really tell beyond that what it is, but I don't think it has any other purpose but that."
It'll have a purpose one day. The expression is very strange on Prakirti's face.
And Lady Minsay just looks at Prakirti and says, "Yes, I'm sure it will.
So will the Lazy Susan.
I'm sure that will as well."
So when
Is
do
there
we
a new
leave?
Lazy Susan?
Damn.
The Lazy Susan's already in the bag of holding.
Yeah, it's already way in the bag of holding.
It's coming with us. It's got its own happy little whatever it is in the bag of holding.
Oh,
Oh
Lord
no,
help
what
me.
I meant is there a new Lazy Susan?
Oh yeah, they're probably.
You're in one of the smaller tea rooms, so you don't know. You could go
Okay.
look. At the
I'm
big
not that
room.
curious.
And
Sorry.
is there anything else that I could do for you before you head out? Your journey should take about a week on foot.
Oh, we're going by foot.
How else would we go?
By boat. I mean, it's a port city.
Oh,
And
boats
if
could be
Yes.
fun again. We could go on the same boat.
Sadly, they have left to do other things that needed to be done.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's fair.
That's okay.
Plus, we can see all the other cities en route, find new people, perhaps uncover other plots,
Yeah, it seemed to
Get
recall you
ambushed
really.
by evil demons.
undress such treacherous.
Well, I'm going to get going now.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
like
just-
a head
Why
start.
undress?
We could undress evil demons.
Stands
I
up
bet
from table, moves to door.
In what? Yeah. Because that conversation went in a direction. And she'll pause at the door. And she'll say, "Thank you for everything Lady been saying." And then she'll walk out.
Father, I don't get why everyone's so uncomfortable when you
And-
make your innuendos.
Before you leave, Sita, she'll grab you and she's going to hand you 4 pieces of paper. And she says,
Okay.
"If you find anything, write me on this, and I'll receive it."
Understood. 4 pieces of paper.
More 4 magic parchments.
Thank you
Are
for
they
giving
one-time
those-
use?
Yes, they're one-time use.
Thank you for giving those to Sita.
The responsible one, as we all know.
Wait, she's the responsible one?
Without question.
Oh no! Don't open that can of worms again. Come on.
Here we go.
Okay, moving on.
Oh
We need to-
no, I just got it. Oh geez, I'm slow. Okay. Yeah, let's not.
So, are you doing anything to prepare yourself for this journey?
I got all my shopping, so yeah, Asha's basically prepped.
That's what I've been doing every night, so yup.
I need to find my cousin to make sure the tomatoes were purchased.
Oh my
That can be
god.
handled off screen.
Oh my god.
On the way out of town, you will definitely go find your cousin. I love every bit of that. So yes.
I feel like we have to start like recording all our side stories.
You guys gotta remember
Absolutely.
your own stuff, man.
The path.
Yeah, good news. Don't want to shock you or anything, but this is being recorded live on the internet.
This is very true.
What?
What? We
I had no
know.
idea.
Ah.
Taking the
Okay,
best possible
so
notes.
as you head out of town, because this is your NPC that you created,
Oh,
Who
geez,
is your-
that's right.
who is your cousin? What is their name?
I need to find that real quick. So that's the character sheet. When my village was destroyed, they were one of the various people who decided not to go to another Atavi village.
Right.
Did I not write this down? Ooh, bad Patrick. Apparently, I didn't write this down, so give me one moment while I
No
find.
problem.
um, but this person decided instead they wanted to come to what city are we in right
You're in
now?
Govara.
In Gobara, to try to make a go of being a merchant. This is their third or fourth time in the past year of trying to start over and do something, you know, practical and money making, and they haven't always had success. This is the first one that's been kind of successful.
Mm-hmm. What's their name?
I'm trying to find the name
Oh,
generator that I use, and it's loading slowly for some reason. Sorry about that. What is? It's doing something really weird.
So it's in character for Prakriti then.
No, the other weird. Here we are. They
Yeah.
are Kalpa. We'll go
Kalpa.
with Kalpa. How's that?
They're a merchant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if the next time we meet them they'll be a merchant. They're constantly trying things out. So they did recently sell a large sum of tomatoes that to
Lady Minsay, I'm pretty sure.
There's gonna
Lady
be
Minsay.
salsa or pasta sauce being
Lady
made.
Minsay agreed to
Chutney.
buy these tomatoes.
Chutney. A lot of chutney.
A lot of chutney.
Chutney.
which
A
reminds me, I think I have 7 tomatoes left.
Okay, yeah. So you stop by their stall on your way out of town, and they don't have as many tomatoes as they had before. They have about 7 tomatoes.
Kalpa, it looks like you did good business.
Yeah, there was this group that bought like all my tomatoes. It was weird.
Well, I figured I'd help you out by using a massive government conspiracy to try to fund your business.
Right. Thanks.
I just gotta help out the family. Just because the village is in ruins doesn't mean I...
No. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. We had a great meal, and we'll be able to live on this for a while. I think this might be the career path for me, man.
I hope so. I hope that you found the way and that you don't need to try blacksmithing again, because
No, that didn't work. Nope, that was
or
a bad idea.
carpentry, or sewing, or I don't remember the other one, but I think it involved fire.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. That was a bad day.
Anyway, I'm also on a job, and this time I don't think there's going to be any evil wizards involved. It's going to be great.
Wow. Have fun.
Be great. Did
Yeah.
anyone come? Is anyone else here, or is it just me?
I would probably just come along to say hello, and I ask the price of the 7 lone tomatoes.
Sure, this is my cousin Kalpa. Kalpa is probably about 28, so a little bit older than me by like maybe 6 years. And
Hey.
she's a fun person, not necessarily an organized person.
Hello.
You get nothing back. It's okay.
I just talk like that, so I'm like, hello. How much for these juicy tomatoes?
Oh my lord.
And when you look at those juicy tomatoes, they're a little overripe, and you can tell.
Please no.
Like I don't like. How many do you want?
How many do you have?
7.
Then I'll take 7.
2 silver.
Do I have 2 silver?
I have no idea. Let me look.
All right, character sheet.
You do. You have 11 silver.
All right, I will give 2 silver and purchase the other tomatoes. And I look at Prakriti and I say, I know you were worried that they would be left unattended and alone to rot, so we'll do something with these tonight.
Cool. I mean, I don't know. Are tomatoes sentient?
I thought you said they were.
No.
No, the tomatoes.
Well, we'll still have a good time. I mean, there was this one time, uh, it was chutney season, so we needed extra feet to press everything and to make it into chutney, and then it got into sort of a free for all,
And Cobble's just like, well, and that's all I had to sell today. I'll see you later. Have a good trip.
Am I the only person that lets Baba Share finish their stories? Baba Share, tell me more about these tomatoes as we walk away.
and I continue with, and it gets progressively more graphic as we finally reach, and then I was red all over as reach the.
That must have been a sight. A messy but probably pleasurable for you sight.
That's when they join up. And then I was running
Yeah.
all over. And that must have been a sight, a messy but pleasurable sight. It's when they join the three
Yep.
of you.
We're just talking about tomatoes, you guys. Why does everything got to be indecent with y'all?
If you're talking to me, I ain't there, sugar. There's no way in hell Coffee came along on this nightmare.
No, they have rejoined us.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's Sita basically grabbing her dupatta and just being like, I am not getting involved in this conversation.
Tomato, and I sort of offer you one of them.
No, I'm good.
And then to Kavi and to Asha.
Pluck it out of your hand instantly, not even a question, and just crunch into it.
It's
And I
it's
pull
not
out
really
one more.
crunchy. It's more like
Well,
into it.
okay.
It's all,
Yeah,
all over your face.
It's an overripe tomato. It's like
Well,
you know.
okay, fair. It's got some bite to them, but yes.
Yeah, but not when
And
they're
then-
squishy overripe. They're like,
That's fair. That's fair.
Asha, I offer one to Asha as well.
I grab one and then I also go, but with my beak, it's just really awkward and it just goes all over the place, and I regret it instantly. That
Pull
I-
a small towel out of the bag of holding. It's embroidered and it looks like it's from a very expensive hotel that isn't in this town. So I'm not quite sure where I got it from. And I hand it to you.
I would say you got it from Suyata. That seems to be the most appropriate place that there would be a very expensive hotel.
I don't know why I was in a very expensive hotel. We can figure that out later.
I take two of them and I stuff it in my face, and I look like a gerbil right now
Oh my
as I'm
God.
eating.
I hold the
Copy
mirror
points.
up and I show you what you look like because it's adorable.
Only in Emissaries of Avithna can we have a conversation about tomatoes for 5 minutes.
I
I don't
swear
know.
it's actually an RPG about food rather than an actual political adventure.
Well,
mean,
you
that's-
remember the very first conversations that we had as a group were about Indian food, I think, the entire time.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's fair. That's fair.
We signed ourselves up for
Yeah,
this.
we did.
we all knew what we were getting into.
Yeah.
The deadliest question to ask on the show is, so what food is there?
Yeah. You're
I
going
also
to open
I-
up.
I feel like I have to defend my honor here. Pride After the Fall managed to talk about tomatoes for 3 hours.
Oh, that's impressive.
Nice.
That's
Oh man, they
fair,
beat us.
fair.
Was
You
that in
win.
Quiet
Check-
Year?
No, check the VOD.
Really? Okay, because Quiet Year has rules for that.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, that was
All
dialect.
right,
But anyway.
so we are
Okay, so
on our
are
way.
you heading out of town?
Yes.
Yes.
Desperately. Yes.
Procedurally.
Okay, so I'm gonna ping where you're going, but you're starting in Govara, which is right here in the.
Oh, let me get the stream.
I
open with that.
yes.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Wow.
There
It's
we
such
go.
lovely scenery.
There,
Uh,
there where that red.
See
Before we
it
get
all.
down, you guys, I got one more idea of things we can do.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I just was saying that because of the chat.
Oh my god.
Yes. Thank you, TVM. I appreciate you. And you're gonna head. How do I do the thing? I'm the super bad at the line.
I am so good at
Oh, you're
seeing
trying to do-
everything.
Like a line tool.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so we're
Oh,
heading
roll
west
20.
along the coast.
yeah, if you just it's the second option down. It's polygon/line. You click on that sucker, and then you just click your start point, and then click your finish point. And I
Oh.
believe you right click when you're done
Aha!
drawing.
There you go. You're going from Govara to Varanasi along the coast. So there's a road along this coastline.
Does anyone else see the line?
No, you might be on the
I don't
GM
see
layer.
it.
Nope. I see
Am I on the
nothing.
No, I'm on the objects and token layer.
I don't know then. I'm not sure.
So I have no access to Roll20.
Oh,
There.
Oh, I
there
see
you
it.
go.
I see it now.
There it
Oh,
is.
I had to click on it so you could see it?
Huh.
Are the
Roll
Atavi
20.
villages in the Atavi or near the Atavi jungle?
Yeah, they're all right in this area here. Well,
Oh,
I'm not trying to do that.
Gotta go back to your select tool.
Back to the click tool.
They're in here. No, stop it. I went back to my click tool and it didn't work. Stop it. Stop it. There we go.
Oh,
Oh.
In here.
let me. I feel like. What if I? There. Okay, it's gone.
We're having
Don't
a
know what
night,
happened.
folks. It's just anything that can break will break. So stay tuned while we.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're a little off the rails tonight, but it's a lot
There,
of
you
fun.
can now see the line if you couldn't before. I fixed it. Thank you, DBM. You're the best. All right. So yes, and then the Atavi villages are here, where I'm pinging, up in this forest right here. So you're gonna go along the coastline, and it'll be about a week journey.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time for hijinks over that week.
Oh heaven!
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Hooray!
Actually, I mostly just want to hear Bobber tell more stories. I mean, I could tell stories, but any ones that involve sexiness and also involve evil death cults and wizards who've gone off the deep end. So, you probably don't want to hear those.
Not so much.
I mean, Bobber might. I don't know. Would that interest you?
Probably. I love hearing new stories.
I feel like it'd be easier to define what Bavard does not want to hear.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair. Let's
that is the
define that. No.
challenge.
So you head out the main gates of the western gates. I know my directions
Doing great.
of the city toward Varanasi, and you are heading out along the coastline. There is a road that's fairly well traveled. These two cities trade with each other frequently, especially to Guevara, because Varanasi is really the hub in this section, and so there's a lot of trade that happens that way, if that makes sense.
Is it
And I sing songs as we go. Oh,
Is it-
sorry, I didn't want to.
No,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The chat is being
Go
very
ahead.
distracting to our GM.
Sorry, and you sing songs as you go.
It's okay.
Yep.
Is it larger than Guevara?
Varanasi is the largest city in Avithna.
It's a happening town, kid.
Yeah, Guevara's quite
Yep.
small in comparison, actually.
I've already met all the citizens of Guevara in some shape or form.
Have they all met some shape or form of you?
Completely.
As you head out, it's a beautiful morning, a little warm, and you are surrounded by grasslands on both sides. You can see down to what appears to be the coast, but you are heading along the road, which is through the grasslands. What kind of pace are you making? Are you doing a fast pace? Are you meandering?
Sita, you're the responsible one. What pace should we set?
I mean, if it's up to Sita, it's striding with purpose, so fast.
I'm meandering with my
That's what I
new
thought.
shawls, and I'm just like, woo,
That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
singing
right
and
there.
dancing. And especially to Sita, I'm like, Eloji Sanamahage.
So Babusha is at the back of the caravan and Sita is at the front.
Yeah. What is your walking order? The road is wide enough because it's so well traveled that you could walk abreast. But if someone came down the road, you'd have to move over to let them pass. But there is space for 4 or 5 people to walk next to each other.
That is appropriate. I'm only 0.5 of a people. Because I'm a halfling.
Oh, I get it now.
Jokes, people. We got jokes tonight. Jokes. Killing me out here. Anyway. Yeah, what's our walking order? Like, Sita, are you up front or?
Yes, Sita is definitely up front taking the lead.
I'd probably be right behind Sita because I love being behind Sita.
Oh my god.
Then I am wherever is the best view of this whole show.
That would probably be behind Bubba.
There.
Fine by me.
Yeah. Probably true.
All right, who's in the rear?
I'll take to the skies.
I'm going to jump through this computer.
I'm sorry.
I guess that means that I'm in the rear.
I didn't say anything.
What? I meant it innocently.
Not you. Not you.
Wink.
I stand by how I described this game on Riffs. I stand by that.
I agree, actually, as well.
How did you describe it?
Fun and weirdly horny.
Yep. That's our new tagline. Emissaries of Avithna. Fun and weirdly horny.
Okay, I think we've established our walking order.
Okay. You've got
Or
to
marching order.
You're heading down the road.
Sorry, I'm done.
Okay.
Singing various journey songs that are about going to meet my beloved. That are also great wedding songs when a palanquin is going by.
Any that I know, I hum along with.
I like it.
Sita is very pointedly ignoring the particular messaging of Dolly-based songs.
You are, as you head out of town, the road you've gotten out fairly early in the morning, so it's not super busy, but as you move throughout the day, unless there's something you really want to be doing, the UVM is totally distracting me right now. Anyway, unless there's something you want to be doing, I'm just gonna move us forward in the thing. Will that work for everyone?
I want to play
Yep.
every moment of every day.
Please,
Okay,
God,
fine.
no.
No.
Please, God, no. Please, God, no.
I've been outvoted.
Sorry. Anyway, so you move throughout the day, and the road gets busier as you're moving along, and you could tell that people have camped overnight and are getting closer to their destination. And there's wagons carrying a lot of goods that you can see as you go by. A lot of different kinds of people. It's not any set race or culture. I'd say culture. It's not any set culture, and you're just moving down the road, and it's about midday. It starts to peter out, the amount of people on the road, and you can tell that this is a little less traversed, and it seems like people go in what would be caravans rather than single parties going by themselves. And you're heading out, and it's about probably 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you are really far into the grasslands because the road tends to veer up, like up around this way to here. You're veering up and over and around because you have to cross the river, and so that you're going to cross the river right about here because that makes the most sense. And so you're doing this, and sorry, I have like allergies really bad too. And as you're getting closer to where you're going, toward like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, you come upon a kind of a path that veers off slightly northeast into the grasslands, and it's like really tall grasses that seem to be like waving in the wind, and so you can see this like path that's kind of moved into the grasses.
Is that the path that we need to take to get to Varanasi?
No, this is just a path that seems to be off the road.
Does it seem well worn?
It seems to be a footpath that someone has. It's pushed down, so some people have walked on it.
Have I ever seen it on my way here? From there to, so it's fairly new.
Yeah, it seems to be fairly new.
I mean, is this is sort of area where like we've heard or been warned that like banditry tends to go down? Because
This is new. I don't recall seeing this on my way from here to Govara.
I mean, I would confirm that honestly. It's like as much as I've walked these roads, like, oh, don't look familiar to me.
That's very strange.
Are there any villages near here that we might be aware of?
You are not close to any villages at this time. You're only about like a little over half a day out of Govara, so there aren't any villages close by. Avithna is not super populated in like small villages. It's more in areas. So you have the Govara area, but you've moved out of that area. Then you've got like the kind of Anta area, and then the Verona Sea area. You know, so it's more like small areas. It's not as developed.
I sort of prance backwards to sort of be facing Sita as I sort of prance backwards to face her. And I say, so, do you want to go check this out, or should we continue with our mission? Adventure or mission?
Admittedly, I am torn. I'm very curious to know what this is.
How far down the path can we see?
Yeah, I'd like to take to the skies and see if I can see anything farther from above.
Sure.
Is that a roll? Is this my first roll?
Yes, I want you to make me a perception seeing roll.
Oh yeah, and I got that now. What's up?
You can see a little bit far out. It's not as much as you thought you'd be able to see. The grass seems to like hide it as it goes further in, but
That's
it
weird.
seems to be just a path that leads off again to the northeast a little bit further. You can't see as far as
Okay. I'm not too far up, but I kind of just shout down to the group. It's like, oddly enough, I can't see anything farther. I see the path go in, but nothing else.
Are there any rocks or stones where the road and the path meet?
Make me a perception seeing check or searching, whichever you prefer.
Let's see if I do. Oh, that didn't work.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't really
Can
see
I-
anything that.
I fly back down to the rest of the group.
I mean, at that point, I turn towards Sita and go like, "We got a deadline, and we got to get to Varanasi. She give us a date."
Oh yeah, she didn't really mention anything, did she?
Not as I recall. So, and then I start walking backwards down the path. I shrug. Then I turn around.
Hold on
Sita.
just a moment.
I follow.
Are you going to just walk blindly into danger? Can we at least agree? Can we at least have consensus before you go walking down the path?
I'm not walking blindly into danger. And I my eyes are open.
But they're looking this way.
And that's why I was doing, and I turn back around, this. And I start walking down the path.
Is
Y'all
this an
coming or
area
not?
known for bandits and stuff?
Oh, not that I know of. I've never been nugged out here before.
Make me
No.
a.
Maybe we should try to be stealthy as we do this.
I think
I
there's
mean,
a
it
natural
doesn't
lore check that's
really-
probably more likely what it would be.
Okay.
I didn't really see anything from above, but it also
Can
looks
I-
traveled.
What would that be? I don't have anything.
I'm looking. It's a intelligence.
Yeah, lore is usually under intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
would
have
be knowledge.
cartography and military lore.
Flora and fauna. I'm trying to
Ooh.
think of what it would be.
Intelligence cartography?
Yes,
If you wanted to-
No.
solving the grass. And
Military lore? If this is a military move?
What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out what this path is, if it's if it's suspicious or if it's a bandit or if it's just
I mean,
a random footpath. Like
Oh,
that's
I
what
have
I'm trying to
natural
be.
lore. Could I?
you do?
Oh, natural lore, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
I do.
natural lore, even though it's not quite what I think that's the best we're gonna get.
So can someone
Okay, well,
magically roll for me?
Oh yeah, sorry.
There's only one someone who can, I'm afraid, and well, she's a bit engaged.
I'm doing because I don't have natural lore.
I don't have you as having natural lore.
Oh, yeah, I think I might have, when we were fixing my sheet, I realized I had an extra skill and I chose one over the other. So never mind, I don't have natural lore.
Okay. Do you still want me to make an intelligence check for you, or I think Sita's
Sure.
well enough?
Sita rolled.
Yeah, Sita is a
Okay.
14, so it's good. So, Sita, you don't really know. This is close to Guevara, so you haven't really heard of banditry in this area. Close as you continue on and get past the river, you know that there are some bandits in that area, but you haven't really heard of any here.
Because of the possibility of a covert military force here, we maybe should check it out just to be certain.
That's exactly what I was thinking. All right, fine. We're going quietly.
I will stealth and go on all fours in the grassland, and this
I
is
want-
sort of my jam.
Everyone to roll stealth.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
What the hell is stealth under? Because I don't have it as a focus.
Dexterity.
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 Thank you so much.
Barbara, you rolled a 22. I just want you to know that.
Holy cannoli.
Whoa.
Damn.
With 6 stunt points. Make of
Oh,
that what you will.
I actually don't have all my stunt stuff because, again, my computer is borked. So
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I can pull something from Discord while that. I will have a think for a couple of minutes. So continue.
Okay. Sita, Kavi, overshare, Prakiti. Okay. Everyone is over 10, so you're pretty quiet as you move down the grasslands, and it's just really tall grasses as you continue on. Kavi, you're kind of engulfed by these grasses. They just are so tall that they're over your head.
So yeah, all you see is like the tip of my longbow just like floating along in the grass. Just as I make my way through it. Occasionally I grouse, but I'm used to this.
Yeah.
So imagine I do something super cool because I can't find it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I got this. I pulled up the stunts. One of the ones that's really up there is you can choose a focus that you don't have. That's also a dexterity one. And consider that focus until the time or venue changes. That's called resources at hand. That's the 4-point stunt.
Oh, we have 2 stunts.
Yeah.
That's right.
But stunts are also always optional, and you don't have to take one if you do not wish to.
Yep.
So don't
Yeah, I'm
sweat
just gonna say, imagine I do something super cool.
Okay, I like it. You're just like super low on the ground and you're like kind of crawling, but quickly.
You're so quiet that I just like slam into you.
Yep.
So
That's a
you
familiar
head
feeling.
down this path for a good 45 minutes to an hour as you're continuing on, and it's starting to get a little bit later. It's about 4ish by this time, and you're moving down, and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, and it's just this path that seems to lead on forever until you start to hear like a bubbling sound ahead of you.
Do you hear that?
It's a bubbling sound ahead of us.
Maybe water. We are near the river, right?
Hopefully
Or
water.
they could be cooking dinner.
Or they could be doing foul experimental magics.
I just look at Prakriti. What?
I was hoping dinner, but I suppose that's also possible.
Dinner
I
would
just
be
look
nice.
horrified. Asha looks horrified. Like,
I mean, we don't know.
Well,
Or they could be doing the. I mean, it's been a while since I've done that, but it's like when you take this thing and I start going on for like a good 2 minutes.
We don't want them to hear us, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Hmm.
Does anyone have a smelling?
That's what I'm looking for.
I have tracking, I think.
It's a
my-
perception smelling. I promise it's a thing.
Okay.
There is.
No,
That's
I didn't have
hilarious.
that.
I've got a decent perception, but no.
Yeah, if anyone wants to try a perception roll, do you want me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'll take
Would
a
it
crack
be
at
too late to use my stun points?
Yeah, because you're past that. That was your
Okay.
stealth.
Gotcha. I'm still not used to the stunt and when you can use them. Okay.
Okay, so this
Same.
perception, anybody who rolled over a Babash, are you okay? Yeah, everyone who rolled over a 12 smells kind of like a sulfurous smell in the distance.
It's
Um,
either black salt or something not great, or someone farted.
Or something natural terrain, a natural phenomenon. Perhaps a hot spring.
What arcane uses does sulfur have, or arcane things that might generate sulfur-smelling things?
The things that would generate sulfur smells would be anything having to do with demonic kinds of things.
Or it could be demons. We don't know.
Or farts.
I'm gonna.
I mean, after having lots of like chickpeas and beans and everything,
I
it
unsling my
does
bow
get-
and I keep walking. Silently. Like, normally I would... Kavi is strangely humorless about this and just unslings her bow.
As you get closer, you can even start smelling it, Kavi, even though you rolled. Oh no, we're less than a 12.
It was 11, yeah.
And you start to smell it, and you get closer, and you get closer, and all of a sudden, you're just out in this like wide meadow expanse that's not covered in tall grasses, it's just like nice manicured grass. There's a what appears to be the remains of a campsite. And a little bit further away, you see what appears to be several giant pools bubbling away.
Can I lure those to try to figure out
Sure,
what they are?
natural lore. Yeah, that'd be natural lore.
Did I? Where's the? Let's see.
17? Yeah.
And I have the lore thing that gives me extra details when I
Mm-hmm.
succeed.
These are hot springs, just like Sita said. They're naturally occurring hot springs, and it looks like people have been coming here and just camping here and using them. Some people think that they have healing properties. Others think others think that they are just for relaxation and the calming of muscles. And yeah, so it just depends.
Are there is there any evidence of recent camping or who might actually be here?
It does not, like, if you whoever wants to know, make a perception searching check.
I'll take a roll if I can find it. God damn it.
I'm gonna disrobe and hop into one of them.
I mean, like, the moment we see that they're hot springs, I just put my bow back on, the arrow goes back in the
Whoa.
quiver, and I drop my feet right into the water. I've been walking
it's
for
been
12 hours.
Yeah, it's been a couple days since someone's been here, but this seems like there's wood seems to be stacked near the fire. So it looks like people some people know about this when they travel, and they'll stop here on the way to and from.
The stunt I'm using, because I had stunt dice, is the
Mhm.
one that lets me do the additional focus.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be using cultural lore to add to that for now.
Okay, yeah, it's mainly just that it seems like someone found this and then started telling people about it. And so more and more people have been using it. It doesn't seem like this is something that's been happening for a very long time. It seems like it happened fairly recently and people have noticed it. After walking again a long day, they'll go 45 minutes out of their way to relax in a hot spring.
Does it look
I-
like it's rich people, poor people, merchants, military, all sorts?
You'd that would yeah, that would
That's
be a perception check.
okay.
I pull out the last tomato that was in my backpack and I eat it while I'm in the hot spring.
See, and
You really can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's a hot spring doesn't mean it couldn't be put to ill use.
you were worried about demons and farts and all kinds of awful stuff. It's just a wonderful warm pool put here by the gods to bless me specifically because I have been walking far too long today.
Well,
I just kind of settle in and enjoy the water.
and Sita has like one last question before she relaxes,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, should we be concerned that there's hot springs here if they're new
Are they new?
The hot springs,
or undiscovered? I suppose.
I think they were undiscovered. They're not new. Asha or whoever, no, Brigiti rolled high enough that with natural lore that it's not. Yeah, you can tell that they've been here a long time. Just people had never found them because they're kind of out of the way. Or if
Okay.
people had found them, they'd come from different directions and they'd never come off the road. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
I
and
guess
Sita will hop in one as well. Everyone's chilling out. What about you, Asha?
I kind of like just hobble over to one and I put a claw like a talon in, and then I'm like, oh, it's warm, so yeah, I guess I'll.
Hop in. You'll like it.
This seems nice.
Water's
But
fine,
we've-
kid. It's great for what ails ya.
we barely started our walk, and we have a week's journey. Do we really have time for this?
I have been walking since breakfast, so yes. Yes, we
What-
do.
I
What time
thought
of
we
year
were.
do you feel
It's
so
about
good?
5 p.m. at this time.
Oh, 5 p.m.?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought we were
So nice.
a half a day from Varanasi, so we've been walking for a week.
No, you're about a half a day from Govara.
Yeah, we just.
Oh,
what a
okay.
day.
You're about like from the point where you are now, you went like 45 minutes out of your way, so you're about almost a whole day away.
We could just relax here and enjoy camp over here. If anybody wants to join in here, and at this point I'm on my back, floating if it's floatable, and I'm like starfished.
Are you all in the same pool? There are 3 different pools.
I'm in the middle one.
Okay.
I'm in the closest one.
Which is where I stuck my feet. My feet are in the closest one.
So yeah, so the closest one
Sita's
is
in the furthest one.
yeah.
She wants her space.
So
He likes
Lavender
her
and
space.
Coffee are in the one that is closest, which is the right, the one that's kind of on the right and forward.
We could make another couple hours travel before we have to set up camp and actually get there in time to possibly.
Or,
Preventing
counter argument,
infection.
we just make camp here where it is warm and wonderful because we have to make camp at some. How much traveling have you done? Never mind. It hasn't been as much as me. I've done it for decades. Believe me, at some point, we're going to
How
have to
much
make camp
have you
tonight
done?
and sleep anyway. Not as old as me, honey. Don't worry about it. And this right here, this is what you call a golden opportunity. These never come along when you're traveling on the road. Believe me. I say we take advantage of this thing and stop sweating all the little details. This is a gift.
I'm now starfishing
I don't consider
and
the death
making...
of every man, woman, and child in Varanasi a little detail.
Oh my god, this again. We will
I
get
mean,
there when we get there.
Dealing with an invading army that manifested an island out of nowhere.
I just let out a string of invectives in halfling.
Does anyone else speak halfling?
I
No.
don't.
Nope.
Firmly established that I do not.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had the option of learning that, but instead I chose to sing.
Hey, I like that. I like it. Singing is good.
Which is kind of a halfling choice to make, I suppose.
I mean, I do have performance and musical lore, so yes.
Oh my god, we could start the Emissaries band. But anyway,
It's called Buppershare and the Adventurers.
are we really? I mean, Sita, you were the one who was so on point about working hard and getting everything done. And
If you two are done arguing, may I suggest a compromise?
Sure.
If folks are tired and wanting a moment to rest, I agree. We have had a small journey and we're having a small rest. We can stay here for an hour at most, and then I feel that we should continue on our path.
that works for me.
That way we still get our rest in. We'll continue perhaps a little later. We'll set up camp. Does that
All
sound
right.
fair?
We can have a quickie for a rest.
Okay, thanks, Sita.
All right, but you'll miss these springs in the morning. We keep moving, I guarantee you.
Do we have any sort of things that we can store water in? We have water skins, right?
Probably
Yeah.
don't want to store these.
Well, if you want warm water, I mean, that I get it.
Sulfuric water?
But that's the only problem.
I'd say it's gonna cool real fast in a water skin.
I would say since you
Yeah.
are traveling, you probably have several water skins. That would be something that you would equip yourselves with. So you have several water skins of fresh water that you've carried with you. So it's up to you if you want to drink one and fill it with warm water. That's up to you.
You super should not do
Yeah,
not
it's-
waste fresh water.
Yeah, no.
Now, as a player, I
That's
will
not-
just say,
no.
don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Like
no.
hot
I was-
springs are not fresh water.
It's not. No, I have nothing to keep it warm, so
No.
no, that's okay. We'll pass on that.
I'm not going to get in the hot springs. Instead, I'm going to kind of patrol around to see if people are coming down the path, hiding in the tall grass, and keeping an eye out for not convinced that this is the only source of problems in this area.
Okay, make me a perception searching or perception seeing check.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna get my pipe out and light up.
Nice.
I'm gonna swim next to you just to secondhand smoke.
Oh, I'll offer at that point. Like, you,
And I
friend,
just open my mouth while I'm lying on my back, like,
so I take a hit and then I pass my pipe full of
Take a
halfling
hit
pipeweed.
with your pipe weed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my halfling pipeweed.
and I sort of clench onto it and smoke take a couple of puffs and then sort of like motion that you can take it now.
Yeah. You should pace yourself, friend. The stuff will kick you off your ass.
I'm
Um,
already on my ass.
That's what I'm
Okay,
afraid
just-
of, Bob Archer.
You don't see anything. It seems to be pretty quiet. You hear wildlife that seems to be around, but nothing that seems concerning or anything that would tingle your arcane senses either.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically stay on restful watch, something I've probably had to do before when staking out a house and investigating someone. So I'm probably just going to be like there, resting my body, but not my senses.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are
Are you staying out of the hot springs or getting in the hot springs?
Completely out of the hot springs.
Okay.
I'm probably in the grass.
Okay.
So halfway through the rest period, Sita's going to get out of the hot springs and relieve Prakirti if Prakirti would like to check out the hot springs.
I'm not interested. I
Fair
have
enough.
these. I don't. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean that as an insult. I meant And suddenly Prakirti's very embarrassed. Like that wasn't I just. You never know, you know.
No, I understand, and I respect that.
Especially with what we saw. You never know.
I agree. Sita will take up watch with Prakirti.
It's pretty quiet. The next half hour passes uneventfully.
At that point, Sita will go back around to the hot springs and say, "All right, everyone, time's up. We need to make a move."
I'm underneath at this point,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
nudging you
I-
with my foot.
And I finally get up, sort of like a literal soap ad sort of a thing, just hair coming back, and I'm like,
And Caesar will take like 5 steps back because she does not want to get splashed.
Which Kavi absolutely does. Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Baba Share.
Barbara Share is a giver.
They
Of
could give
things
a
you
little
didn't
less.
know you needed.
and
have
I
to stick my
step
feet
out, and I sort of take my time drying myself off before I put my robes back on.
I just shake myself as dry as I can get, and like, so we're moving again. That's the thing we're doing now.
That's the
I
thing we're
take
doing
my
now.
robes off and offer it to Kavi to dry off.
No, I'm good, thank you. I will take care of this in my own way. You know, last time we got this wet together, it was a lot more fun.
Kate, is it okay if I maybe picked up something like a small sweet treat or something from a vendor at some point on our way out of town?
Sure.
So I'm not sure what would be appropriate. Trying to think of what I've had. Probably something
What do you-
small.
Ladies.
Are you looking for like a pastry or like an actual like sweet little treat, a dessert?
Just something that would travel well that I could take out and have a couple of pieces like to give to
Probably
everyone.
jalebi.
Yeah, probably like a little like a almost like a pastry kind of thing, like a jalebi or yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna pass those around.
So a jalebi, for everyone who's curious,
I am.
is a fermented dough that is fried in circles.
It's like funnel cakes.
Yes,
Oh.
it's like
I have that.
funnel cake. It's like funnel cake, but stickier because then the funnel cake is dipped in a sugar syrup.
Ooh,
Yeah, and it's
sounds
usually
intense.
it's got like rose water, orange blossom,
Ooh.
and the fermented dough slightly sour, especially the Gujarati style.
Mhm.
And
But
it's like
it's-
it's bright yellow or bright orange or bright red.
But you're mostly tasting the sugar syrup. It's so good.
Yeah.
Jalebis are so good when they're done
Oh,
right.
yeah.
If they're soggy, they're not done right.
It's because
They need to be crunchy and hot.
And they stay crunchy too after like a couple of days.
Isn't there a
they-
thing where they're sometimes served with the I can't remember the term, but it looks a lot like ice cream.
Kulfi.
Kulfi. I think I've had this served with kulfi.
Maybe a gulab
Maybe.
jamun instead, the little ball things.
No, I just pulled up the picture. It was this served with kulfi, which was
Ooh.
I don't know if it's good. If they were
That
house,
sounds-
I could get it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll have it. I would eat that.
Yeah.
I just like kulfi, so I was distracted.
Kulfis are really, really good.
So we
So
got a
anyways.
bunch of tasty treats then.
So I just picked them up as we were leaving.
Yeah, so Prakirti hands out the treats as you leave.
I sort of just open my mouth because I'm currently trying to dry myself off, like just put one in my mouth. And I don't mean it in a sexual way at all. It's just like my hands are busy, just like pop one in.
I don't think Prakirti would mind if it was. I don't know if Prakirti would react. But Prakirti does say, hey, can you bend over a little bit? I'm short.
I bend over.
And she puts it in your mouth.
Thank you.
Oh, now my
Fuck
hand
you.
is sticky.
Oh my word.
As you head back, unless you're doing something else, please tell me. As you head
good.
back to the road, it takes about 45 minutes. So it's now 7 p.m. And how long are you planning to travel tonight?
Maybe till 9 or 10. Is that
Like,
too late for you guys?
Sundown is
Well-
when we need to stop and make camp. We cannot
Well,
travel
yeah.
in the dark.
How is the sun
Sundown.
down yet, or
like
No, it's summer. So you have a little bit later that you can travel. Sundown is around 9:30.
Yeah, so sundown. I agree.
Yep,
we ain't,
that
we ain't
sounds
walking
good.
in the dark.
Couple more hours.
I know I couldn't convince folks of the hot spring, but
Especially those who don't have dark vision. May be difficult to move forward.
well,
I
I mean
think
there'd be
that's
like moonlight and twilight and
hobby.
stuff, but like
Well, and torches.
yeah,
But still,
like
let's
but we
not
have
risk it.
we have to rest at some point.
Yep.
So you walk about another couple hours, and it's about time to start making camp. Does anyone want to roll me a perception searching check to see, or tracking even?
Oh,
check
I can. I have
to-
tracking.
to see about a place to stop. Okay. Baba Share, as you are walking along, you see a little bit off the road, on the like the southwest side of the road, you see what appears to be kind of like a rock outcropping that would make a good place to camp for the night. There seems to be some kind of shelter that you can camp around.
I point that out to our to the party, and I say, I was here before when I was coming in the opposite direction, so I think this will probably work for us.
Looks
Yeah.
perfect to me.
Totally.
Good.
And you set up camp for the night. Are you keeping a watch?
Yes, I will
Totally.
keep watch. I have dark vision.
Okay,
I
so
will keep watch with Sita.
We will do it in shifts so that we can both get some rest.
I'm taking last shift.
Okay.
As you wish.
yeah, because it'll probably be a little bit lighter for you last shift. Okay, so yeah, there'll be 3 shifts is how I normally do nights. You could do by yourself or with 2 people, so it just depends on how you want to do it. Everyone will get a long rest.
Well, there's 5 of us,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess we could pair up, make sure every shift has someone with dark. Does everyone have dark vision?
No.
When Sita says like we should do it in shifts, I sort of get the hint. Okay, doesn't want to watch with me, and I sort of go towards Prakriti or Asha, and I say, "Do you want to keep watch with me?"
Well, which is it, Prakriti or Asha?
Well, I have dark vision, so if
Like
you
as a group, like sort of just as you're all just like, so who wants to keep watch with me?
I don't mind.
Y'all can pair up however you like. My only concern and focus is that we have multiple shifts throughout the night and that everyone gets adequate rest. So long as that is covered, we can do this however we like.
I'm taking last shift. Whoever is with me on that, so be it. I'm getting some rest. I go lay down.
Sleep well.
And Kavi sacks out.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join Sita, they're welcome. Otherwise, like, she's just kind of she's not trying to be a bitch. She's just in like focus mode. She's in mission mode and in business mode. So for her, it's like, this is what just needs to be done.
I say to Asha, okay, if you want to take to the skies, I can cover you on the ground. And I just sort of walk off wordlessly.
Okay.
Are Asha and Barber taking first shift then, or is Sita?
Yeah.
Taking first? Oh, okay.
I thought I was taking first shift, but okay, I guess if y'all.
Yeah, I didn't even wait. Sorry, I didn't even realize that's what it is, and I just went off.
Okay.
Okay. Sita will just kind of shrug and go,
Grab some wings, Sita. You're too tense. You could use a nap. Come on.
all right.
Yeah,
They
you can take the
should've
next shift, Sita.
longer.
What?
Oh, maybe we should have let Sita rest in the hot springs longer after all.
Kavi bites through her tongue.
Ugh.
That may or may not have been what was intended.
Okay, so Asha and Babar, make me a perception seeing checks. I will roll for you, Babar. You got a 20 because like you're really good at that. So
Dang.
and so's Asha.
Woohoo!
It passes uneventfully. It's quiet. Your 3 hours passes very quietly. You hear nature, but nothing really happens around. It seems like everybody who would have been traveling on this road has made camp far earlier, and so you're not hearing people travel. You're just not hearing anything.
I go to wake up Sita for the next watch, and as like I very gently wake you up and I say, I'm sorry for everything. I won't bother you anymore. And I just go off to grab something to eat before I crash.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Did anyone mention they're going to pair up with Sita, or is Sita going solo on this one?
As far as I'm aware, Sita is solo on this one, and that was why she was intending to take first shift. But
Okay. I just fly. I kind of just fly down and kind of just wave goodnight to Sita. Like, it was pretty uneventful. And then I kind of just put my head on my shoulder and just go, whew, just instantly.
Thank you for the update. Get some good sleep.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
then Sita
I was
will
just out.
take up watch, and she'll kind of stew on things.
Will you make me a perception seeing check?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty uneventful. You see like what looks like a row of bugs, like very large bugs, just like crawling through camp. Just normal insects. And they are heading directly for Barbara, like as if that's just like they're gonna like walk over on their way out of camp.
Hey, I can't help it. I love everyone.
And they love you.
And everyone loves you.
Wow.
But is Bubber going to love it if they wake up in the morning and find out that bugs had walked over them?
No.
I
In real
didn't.
life, me, the character, I am such a bug phobe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And see, there's just kind of like, God damn it. What's in the area? What's nearby?
You have like a rocky outcropping, which you're kind of like leaning over. Are you looking for like leaves?
I'm looking for leaves, like big palm leaves.
There's some brush that you could use to like try to. I'm assuming you're trying to redirect them.
Well, I'm basically either redirect or scoop them,
yeah.
Or worst comes to worst, make a fucking bridge over Bumber. Like one of the three.
Brush that you could probably, as you look around, you could get some brush that you could probably like grasses you could redirect them with.
Okay.
Like a bridge over troubled water.
I just say I love. I love that your nightmare scenario is I'll have to make a bridge, not I'll just wake up Barbara and tell them.
Look,
that's so apocalyptic to you that it's not even on the table.
Nope.
That's not an option.
Listen. Focus. Priority of making sure everyone gets good sleep. Secondary problem. Barbara is pissed and she doesn't know how she feels about it.
Also fair. Okay.
I'm not
she's still kind of thinking about this, and she's still trying to figure out if she is glad to be given this space or if she's like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Well, now you have a quest. How will you save Barbara?
From the bugs.
From the
it's
bugs.
A bug's life.
Lord. Yeah. Yeah. She'll grab like leaves and brush and whatever, and she'll make a construct to move these bugs away and redirect them.
I'm just gonna give that to you because I think it's great. So yes, you just happen to make this thing so just like next to, so it makes it like not a good place for them, and they just kind of veer off and go out of the camp.
Sita sighs in relief, and she'll tidy up the remainders of her construct so that no one wakes up and goes, "What the hell were you doing?"
Oh my god, that's so good.
And the rest of your evening after your bug diversion, which takes probably a good, because bugs are slow, it takes probably a good like 40 minutes for you to divert the bugs.
So it's all of 40 minutes of Sita standing over these freaking bugs and like and just hurry up and fucking move, and she's like putting leaves around them and she keeps shifting them, and it's the most ridiculous sight that anyone watching would have seen of her just shifting these freaking leaves and stuff around these bugs and just like muttering to herself. And it's just like, it's so unlike anything you've seen from Sita. It's just the most like ridiculous thing.
I'm slightly sorry. I'm asleep for
Yeah,
this entire
Everyone,
thing.
no, everyone's asleep for this. Dang it.
And I sleep basically curled up like a cat, but big tiger, so like round ball.
Oh. So the rest of your watch, you get it cleaned up, and the rest of your watch passes uneventfully.
I love that, like, left to her own devices, this is what Sita's like. That's so good. Thank you for that. Thank you.
So beautiful.
Listen, it was an awkward moment, okay?
You don't have to justify a word. That was brilliant.
That's thrilling and beautiful.
Oh my. Okay. And then Sita will go and wake up Kavi and just be like, nothing to see here. It was really quiet.
Okay.
Have
All
fun.
serious. Like nothing.
Yep.
Very
Nothing to see.
dead
here.
Nothing to
serious.
see.
All
It's just
quiet.
Period.
Dead serious, like dead serious. So unless Kavi does an insight check, she's not gonna know.
I feel
No,
like Kavi wouldn't.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Kavi
Exactly.
absolutely, like, you just sort of, like that. It's just like, go get some more rest, Sita. You clearly have not completely unwound. You need to sleep. I've got this. And yeah, like, it's not a slow or groggy thing. It's like, time to get up.
Do you wake up Prakirti, or are you doing this on your own?
Actually, I think, can my pillow wake me up?
Sure, if you've set if you set your pillow to wake you up, and it's like this. It's like the pillow notices that Kavi's up, and it just starts. Prakirti,
Fine.
it's time
Oh.
to get up.
Oh, that was comfy. I slept well.
Aww.
I give the pillow a kiss before I put it back in the bag.
So cute.
It just makes it sound like, hmm.
I love my pillow.
This is so good. And Sita will kind of like before, just as she goes to bed, kind of give Fox this look of like, and she'll actually say to Fox, "Why does everyone think I'm not relaxed?" And then she'll just go to bed.
Because you're not.
Question.
Actually, can I ask
Yeah.
how? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
How old is Sita? Sorry, my accent's slipping out. How old is Sita? Not
How old
Sita.
is Sita? I'll let you get away
Sita.
with that.
How old is Sita?
I'm tired, y'all. I'm sorry. It's
Sita is cat ears.
okay.
So I'm going to be running Sheriff Cowboys of Avithna next season.
She's
Well,
she's
just like
a-
just rough ballpark, because like Sita, like I said, she's in and approaching middle age. So like, is Sita a very young person? Is she
younger than Kavi for sure. Probably if
Okay.
we were looking at human ages, probably about 25
Oh,
or
okay,
so.
yeah, okay. You're a baby then. Okay, no problem. To Kavi, I'm sorry. From Kavi's perception at that point, like, no, you're still a baby then. All right, cool.
Maybe 30.
I'd
Still a
say,
baby. Still a baby.
Less so. I think at that point
So-
you reach your breakover point, and Kavi starts treating you more as an equal. Let's say.
Interesting. Okay. So
Yeah.
however you want to play it. I mean, it's cat
That's fine.
ears, so it's like a rough, like,
Okay.
Yes.
Then I
Kavi
suspect
can
she,
do whatever math.
at the very least, she probably still perceives you as being a relatively young person, and it's just like, yeah, okay. But so you go off to go asleep.
Make me perception. Test, seeing.
I will say, the moment I noticed that Prakirti is up and moving around, I am shocked and confused and wondering what the hell you're doing up, because this is my shift. Because we didn't
Well,
discuss this beforehand, right?
No.
There were only 3 watches, and
Okay, no, just, yeah. You look that way, I'll this way.
I normally sleep.
Fantastic. And
Or
I
we could,
pick up my bow.
not be.
Ah, damn.
Prakirti, you don't see much. It's pretty quiet on your side. You're looking toward the north. And Kavi, it's a pretty quiet watch, and you start to see the most beautiful sunrise as the sun starts to come up,
Okay.
which you can share with people or not.
I'm looking in the wrong direction right now.
Yeah.
For sure. So at first I kind of grouse a little bit. There's a moment where I kind of like look over at my shoulder towards Bakirti, and I just kind of like
suspicious.
Sorry, what?
This tree I'm staring at looks suspicious.
Okay, well, regardless, I kind of look back over my shoulder at her, and I just kind of grip my bow like really like annoyedly, just like kind of sigh through my teeth, and look back out over the sunset, and it's like, well, let's not completely waste this, I guess. And yeah, like I'll go over and I guess kind of like nudge Baba Share very gently, and just be like, try to very quietly, very gently wake you up. It's like, hey, there's a.
And I just start, I unravel from my bald state, and I just sort of stretch, where I stretch with one limb first and the other, and I was like, oh, it's time? Cool.
Well, soon, friend, but I thought you might just want to, and then I point at the sunrise. And then I make my way over to Asha.
And as I look, I sort of, my face softens, and I have this look of like wonder and surprise. And I just say very softly, thank you.
Sorry, there's thunder. Hopefully my internet won't die. Yeah, should be good. It's Texas thunderstorms, it'll be fine. And then yeah, I go over to Asha, and I just I kind of crouch down and I like shake their shoulder a little bit, and it's like, hey kid.
Ooh. Did something happen? What's going on?
Hey, everything's Asha. It's fine, kid. Look, I thought you might want to see this. Is all.
I blink my eyes, and then I look in that direction, and yeah, kind of like Babar, I'm just like. Just like in awe. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I'm sorry, Kavi, but I kind of want to see this up in the air.
Go for it, kid.
And then I just take off.
Kavi has a big dumb smile on her face the moment this happens.
I do the welcoming the sun sort of like a ritual, where I just open my arms wide like I'm hugging and welcoming the sun.
Do I hear this activity on the camp?
Yeah.
Very likely. I'm not. I mean, I'm keeping my voice low because I do not want to wake up Sita, who, after I talk to Asha, I just very quickly, because whatever comes next, this is all I'm doing. I'm just going to go over to Sita. I'm going to sit down next to where she's sleeping. I'm not going to wake her up. I'm just going to start like idly fiddling with a knife in my hand. Sorry, not like sinisterly, just like.
I'm just gonna sit over you and fiddle with a knife.
I'm not like oh my god.
Totally not creepy.
I'm not even facing her. I'm just in her general vicinity. And I'm keeping my hands busy because I have nothing else to do. I am not looming over her as she sleeps going, yes, soon, Sita. Soon. No. It's supposed to be that Kavi is fidgeting. She is fidgeting, but like she's sitting near Sita, not waking her up.
Are you hoping to like wake her up through the fidgeting, like through the general noise?
It's just sort of because other people are up and around. Kavi doesn't really see a whole lot of point in like actively watching things, so she's just sitting there until she knows it's time to wake up Sita. She wants to make sure Sita gets as complete a night's rest as you can get when you nap and then get up and then nap again. She's trying to let you sleep in, basically.
I look around and notice that Kavi pointed or woke up both Asha and Babashir, and then I notice what Babashir is looking at, and then I notice the sunrise, and I just kind of noticed that Kavi didn't say anything to me. All right then, that's how it be.
You're awake. You got
So
eyes.
much angst in this party.
That's right. Damn.
She's awake. She has
Drama.
Then I go join Babashir in the sun thing that he's doing.
Are you doing a sun salutation? Please be doing a
Yeah,
sun.
basically Surya Namaskar. But it's with my arms open hugging the sun.
I love that so much.
I love it.
That's
I love
very
it, I love it.
good.
Okay, this is probably a good time to take a break. So we'll take a break as everyone is enjoying the sunrise and Tink is
Yeah,
getting
got my eye on you.
needed rest.
And Here we
Cat.
Okay.
go. We're up. We're
I
up.
was talking about
Okay,
cat
hi
talk,
everybody.
okay?
We're back.
Oh.
We're
It
talking
was on
about
topic.
cats being related. I think. I don't know. It's
Stuff
great.
happened during the
Sure,
break.
it's on
Welcome
topic.
back,
We had a
folks.
good break. We we're talking about lots of things. Anyway, we're back. Everyone has woken up. You're welcome.
Has everyone woken up?
Uh,
yeah,
we left when everyone was enjoying
the sunrise.
the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, I plop back down from the treetops, just going, wow, that was so beautiful. Thanks for waking me up for that, Kavi.
Sita's still sleeping. Shush.
Oh,
Shush.
but
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Okay.
You're welcome. Go, kid. You're good.
Does anyone want to wake Sita up, or how's this going down?
Wake me up.
I
Who wants to wake
probably just start making food, like whatever rations and stuff we have. And if the smell wakes Sita up, so be it.
My intent is to let her sleep until she naturally rises.
Yeah, I guess that would be food then. She's a cat. She's got a sense of smell. So she'll kind of, slowly stir awake, and she'll stretch. She'll sit up, and you see her like shake her head, and like she's basically like shaking her mane a little bit as she shakes herself awake.
What was
And
it
she'll
that,
look her.
wait, what was it that Sita said? It was nothing happened last night or something?
Yeah.
Because I want Kavi to parrot back exactly word for word what Sita said to her. And that same, like, very serious look on her face. Nothing happened last night. And then Kavi gets up and goes towards the food.
Thanks, Kavi.
So can I say that I made like a porridge? It's a savory semolina porridge. I think it's called upma. I keep mixing it up between
upma.
that and upma. I keep mixing it up between that and uttapam, but it's upma.
Uttapam is the pancake, so unless you're making shira, you're making uttapa.
Yeah. Upma. And it's got semolina, and it's got carrots and peas, small pieces, if that's possible. And I just hand everybody a bowl.
Yeah, I immediately start shoving grub in my face. You know how Kavi do.
It's hot. As in, like, temperature hot, not spicy hot.
Sita graciously takes a bowl. Thank you for this. And she'll blow on it, and then she'll eat it once it's cooled off.
Does the temperature stop Kavi at all?
I mean, she probably blows on it, I suppose, like to kind of cool it a little bit. It's just like, but otherwise, like she's not gonna be like, oh, searing hot food. This is so great. I love this. But I guess it slows her down a little bit more than usual. Well, let's just say as fast as reasonably one can shove food into one's face, being that it is being served fresh.
Can we say that I have a battered teapot in my bag of holding
Sure.
that I picked up? So I pick it up, and I've got some tea, and I make a pot of tea, and anyone who has a mug may have some.
I just give my bowl of upma after it's emptied, and is like, can you pour me some, please, and thank you.
Sure. Pour you some. Anyone else? Tea?
I'll follow suit. That sounds like a great way of having tea. Works for me.
I feel like a trap is being set, so yes, absolutely. Kavi offers over a cup, because you have a cup when you travel.
All right. Here you go, Kavi. Asha, would you like any?
Yes, please. And then I bring out my mug as I'm still like blowing and sipping at the porridge, trying to multitask.
And then I pour the rest of it into the teacup from the tea house, and probably figure out how to clean the pot. There's probably a way to do that. That's easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have
I
been on
clean
the
it with
road.
my face.
We've I know I've been on the road a lot, and I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
so you would know how to clean it. You can a little bit of water.
Yeah.
Scrub
And
it
then
out,
put it away.
some brush. Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. Thank you, Babar. Never had that before.
As road grub grows, that was not half bad. Thank you, friend.
Yes,
How
thank
welcome.
you.
chop up the vegetables
It's-
on the road?
I mean, you're just a day out of town, so.
Yeah. It's,
Right.
Also, you notice there's like little chunks of tomato in it too.
I thought you didn't have any tomatoes
You
left.
ate the last
Where did that
one.
come from?
Where did this tomato come from?
You don't want to know.
okay.
I have cast a spell on this tomato to make it effectively timeless. Ageless. It is the forever tomato.
Cast a spell on myself to forget this conversation.
I look at the bowl and I'm just going,
I'm kidding about the tomato.
As soon as food's done, though, Kavi's back up on her feet, and so it's like, so, we taking off?
We're taking off.
Sita's gonna actually pour a little bit of fresh water like into her bowl. She's gonna like rinse it off, pour a little extra, and she's gonna splash her face with it. Just to
Up
kind
my
of
facial.
No, she rinsed it out first.
She rinsed it out. She did just say she rinsed it out.
I thought
not
you
a-
were cleaning the bowl
I-
and then using that runoff to
No.
No. She rinsed it out and then she put fresh water in it and then she splashed her face.
Oh my god.
This is
I
what
read-
happens when we
I
play so
heard
late
that
at night.
wrong.
Everyone just like mishears everything.
Sometimes intentionally.
I thought you were being eco-friendly and conserving water.
By making a mess?
No, using the same water to rinse the mug and her face.
that's a step
So
too
anyway,
far. Okay,
so
See,
Sita
there's a
washes her
little
face.
too vain for that.
It's Dune RPG. It's based on the works of Frank Herbert. That's what you do. You don't want to use the water.
Oh, that's true.
Anyways, with that in tow, I'm assuming there wasn't too much to tidy up.
No, I mean you have your bedrolls and that kind
Yeah.
of thing, but
Hmm
Let's go break down camp.
Yeah.
and you set off down the road and it's early and it seems to be not really populated so much with this morning. It's kind of quiet. And you spend the majority of the day walking. If there's any RP you want to do, let me know, but I'm just gonna
Yep.
narrate
Yep.
you through it. So you're just gonna walk and you will reach the river today. And you'll reach the river around 3 p.m. and you cross it and you're walking on, and I need a walking order just so I know what order everyone's in.
I'll actually not be behind Sita today. I'll sort of be closer to the back, and I'm singing songs about wanderers who travel paths, and they're sort of metaphorical for life in general.
Okay. And so Sita, you're in front?
To begin with,
Okay.
but I'm gonna roleplay something out, so that's about to change.
Okay.
I'd like to
me-
be back with Babar and trying to learn the words of the song that they're
Okay.
singing.
That would put me second in
Kavi,
line.
Asha, where are you?
I was so like maybe in the first half, I was kind of just walking with the group, but I think in this, I think down as time passed on, I started like going off, so flying, and then near the front, so I can kind of see above.
Okay. And Kavi?
Right behind Sita.
Okay, perfect. All right.
So as we've been walking this way, eventually Sita's gonna go, Kavi, you take the front, get Asha to keep eyes in the air. And she's gonna kind of slow her roll, and she's gonna kind of walk. She's not gonna walk backwards, but she's gonna let Kavi pass her. And she's basically waiting for Bubber to come by, and she's waiting for a pause in their singing, and she's gonna go, "You hint a lot, chal rahi, you hint a lot, chal rahi, you hasina hai ye duniya." And that's all I'm singing because I don't sing much. And she's gonna kind of hope that Bubber will join in.
I don't join in with vocals. I sort of nod and pull out. I don't have my sheet. I did buy an instrument, I think. It was either a flute or a drums kit. I forget.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say you have whichever one you want because I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go back and check, but I'll say I play the instrument instead, and then I play a well-known duet that at least in Varanasi it's known. And it's like Havake sa tisa gatake sang, and it's sort of like the song is basically when they say the last word, usually the person also says like starts the next verse. And hoping you join in.
And Sita definitely joins in. And so they go back and forth with that song.
Wait, I don't know the words to this one, Babar.
Kavi does, and she is humming along.
And I repeat it a couple of times so you pick up with it.
Because there's probably some sort of social cue going on here that Prakirti is completely missing.
And that's when Sita goes, Prakirti, do you mind if I have a word with Babar?
No, go ahead.
Okay, maybe you can keep Kavi some company.
Yeah,
no, I kind of don't like them.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, life's hard, so we're gonna give them a little bit of space. And
I don't take your orders, Kavi.
Okay, just you know what?
Would you like to give?
Let's me and you go hash this out. Actually, this is an excellent opportunity for the two of us to have our own little discussion up there, and we're gonna leave them in peace. Okay? Come on.
So I call for a tea break. Is what's basically going to happen. Everyone, hold.
Like everyone takes a moment.
Everyone takes a moment.
I hear the halts, and I see like the kind of separations going on, and so I go, okay, I kind of fly down and kind of see what's going on. And
Prakirti looks around like, wait a second, we were just singing with Babar. What happened?
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Everything's fine.
Don't trust your intuition on that, Kavi.
Everything's fine.
Kid,
I just want to have a word with Babar. And we're going to have a short 20-minute break, rest our feet a little bit, and then we'll carry on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. And so I kind of just go away from out of range of Sita and Babar so they can have privacy.
I do everything I can to interpose myself and try and make sure that this private space happens. Nobody's to be around them.
And Sita gives Kavi a very grateful look. Babar, I wanted to talk to you about what happened last night.
I'm sorry, did I mess things up again? Look,
No.
I know you're not interested. That's
No,
fine.
no.
I'm sorry.
I felt like I hurt your feelings.
Well, I mean, I thought you were interested, but maybe I was reading everything wrong, and I apologize. And I know when I'm not wanted, and I don't do this thing. Usually, I don't have trouble with people wanting to spend time with me, but I get it. And even if my feelings are hurt, they're not more important than your feelings of comfort. And you're important to everyone here. And I could be here, I could be elsewhere, it doesn't matter, but you have a task, and I don't want to make you uncomfortable in this very important mission.
But you're a part of this team too. So your feelings matter too. Right?
Perhaps, but again, comfort. And
here's the thing, Babar. It's not that you're not wanted. It's just that you're wanted as a friend. I'm not used to being charmed or wooed or things like that. You're right. does make me a little uncomfortable. Um,
And I'm sorry.
that's
I
okay.
truly am.
I appreciate the space. But the last thing I want to do is dim your spirit. Your playfulness and your energy. It's what makes you you. It's what makes you charming, and the entire group thrives on that. So I wanted to make sure you were okay too.
I'll be fine. You know, I just need a little time to lick my wounds, so to speak.
Do you need some catnip?
No, that's for you.
I mean, I don't mind sharing it with you.
Maybe a little then.
All right. And Sita will pull it out and she'll share a little bit.
Are Kavi and Prakriti gonna have a moment? I'm letting you have that if you want it.
I'm off to the side. I'm probably practicing the boat song. The song the
Not
boat
gonna
song.
be food.
Oh.
I think anytime, like, I think I listened to this for a minute as I'm just kind of like standing sentry in a way, just make sure it's like, just make sure she doesn't go over there. Just make sure just let them have this. And I think I hear you like screw up one word or something in the words of it at some point, and I kind of just eventually go and then correct, like say the correct lyric. Like it's actually
Wait, no, the song that the boat sings.
The song with the boat.
oh, this is a
sings.
boat. I'm sorry, I thought it was
Oh.
the song from earlier. My bad. Rewind. That didn't happen. My bad.
I mean, if you can correct me, that'd be interesting.
I'd love to, but no. Sorry, I misheard you. It's my ear. It's a pain in the butt.
I have a great microphone here too. I need to get my better one out.
But yeah, apologies. Okay.
So I'm not actually doing words. I'm still just kind of like trying to match the notes.
Not a. I guess at some point, Kavi just kind of awkwardly decides to make small talk and says, "So that's not a song I know. Where'd you hear that one?"
It's the boat. It's what it sings. Why? Do you care?
Just making conversation, Prakirti.
See, you've had ample opportunities before where I've actually approached you to do this very same thing and you have brushed me off, and yet now you want me to be available when it suits you. And frankly, I find that a little insulting since you're ulterior motives.
I'm sorry, you've approached me before about singing to a boat. You're
No,
gonna
I
need to be a
approached
little
you
clearer
before
than
to come
that, sugar.
first.
We've talked? What are you talking about? We talk all the time. We just walked for 2 days.
Did I, at any point in those 2 days, talk to you?
Yeah, I guess not. Fair enough.
No, because I have figured out who you are and what you think of me, and I'm done with it.
And that's in character. Kavi lets out a really loud belly
You
laugh.
don't even respect
Child!
your own ancient artifact.
No.
that you carry around.
It's Kavi's time to talk now. Okay? Child, do you even begin to know who I am? Are you
Yes.
serious? You know
Yes.
what? And
You are
Kavi
not
finds a
complicated.
stump or something to plop down on, parks her butt, folds her arms and crosses her legs. Please, lay out for me.
I
Who
don't
am
really
I?
want to waste the effort. You are a
Do you want to
selfish,
talk to me or
repulsive
no?
little imp, and you mistreat everything around you until it suits you to use it for your own purposes. And I'm not having any of it.
You know
You let
nothing.
go of yours
No, okay? You know
wait,
nothing.
way for years. And when it was desperate to say something to you, all you could do was get angry at the person who transcribed it for you. I'm
Yeah,
done.
maybe I don't like people poking their nose unasked into my affairs, all right?
I was asked. I didn't start that conversation.
Well, fine. Are you looking for an apology?
No.
Is that what this is about?
What would it be worth? You came to me, Kavi. What do you want?
I'm just trying to get you to give them 2 moments because there is some weird tension there that I'm just trying to work out. Sita is wound so tight that I'm terrified that she's just going to explode on us. And Babar needs all of the help they can get. They are sweet, but they are misguided. And between the 2 of them, quite frankly, I think they can figure their shit out. This right here, I don't even know what this is.
The bar is moral and centered. You are
No,
described
okay,
as
listen.
wound so tight. You can barely take anything without snapping at people.
Okay, yes, sure. You know what? Whatever weird version of me that you're seeing constantly around this weird doppelganger I appear to have, fantastic. Or have you ever noticed maybe it's just you? Maybe you just find every single little...
Oh, fuck is back.
Oh,
At this point, you're still having this conversation, but Sita and I have already walked back, and we both are very quiet and staring at what's going on.
And Sita is going to put an arm around Bubbershare and go, we're going back the other way, friend.
Fox, what did you hear before you cut out?
I don't know, you were yelling at me about something.
and before it gets back, am I like, are you yelling? Like,
actually,
I'm not yelling. I'm just not being quiet. And Prakirti's basically trying to make the point that she thinks Kavi is just as tightly wound as Sita and doesn't think.
Okay. So that's I think the stream died right as I was about to rebut. So I'll just condense what I was trying to say. Which is what I'm trying to say. If I can get, at this point, honestly, Kavi's starting to get a little bit pissed about getting spoken over. But okay, I have to table talk for a second. How old is Prakirti really?
22, I believe. I haven't nailed it down, but that's what we talked about with Kalpa.
Okay, yeah, no, Kavi has had enough of this absolute child telling her who she is. She is more than twice Prakriti's age. So basically, yeah, she's what I was trying to say before the friggin' stream cut off was that, like, she starts laying back into Prakriti of, like, it's not everyone and it's not everything. It's you specifically seem to have this way of, like, coming up, and now you're getting in my face about all of this. And
you got in my face. I was over here. You came to me. You mocked and abused Bubbershare until it suited you to take them into your bed.
Okay.
You're a horrible person, Kavi, and this is your chance to not be one. And instead, you are treating the rest of us like we suit you.
Okay, you know what? Let's take it to a vote then. Fine. All right, fine. And at this point, hey, everyone! I shout out to everyone else. No, gather round, please. Prakriti has something that she would like to tell everyone. She would like the group to know. Please,
okay,
everyone,
I
gather
definitely
round.
heard this and kind of like, flap on down. And I'm like, what's going on? I thought...
Apparently,
just wait for a second.
Kavi, what do I want to say to everyone?
Just to make sure, like, have Bubbershare and Sita, like, are you guys going to come into this wonderful little shit fest I've now initiated?
Sita is gonna come because Sita intends to break it up.
I'm just sort of got this, like, I have this is the look that I have when both the people I'm seeing and are actually together in a partnership realize that I've been seeing both of them at the same time. And that's sort of like, I'm in trouble sort of a face.
If you just told them and were open about it, you wouldn't have that issue, but we'll have that discussion later.
Yeah, right.
Sita, Babar, perfect. I'm so sorry to interrupt. It seemed like you were having a lovely conversation, but apparently I have recently been informed that I am an absolute horrible person who is torturing everyone around her, and
I know.
Oh, now you're back. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're back. Say it again. One more time.
Now you are a...
You are...
Really, a person who is very annoyed that her stream keeps cutting out. I am so sorry. My internet usually does not have this much trouble.
No, it's
I
fine.
don't
You
know
have
what's
a
going on.
storm going on. You're good.
A horrible person who tortures everyone around her. You specifically, Bubbershare, are just utterly just horrified by my presence and all the terrible things I have done to you. So I would just like to make sure that everyone is on the same page here. That clearly my presence is an awful one and a toxic one and a shit one. And should I just make my way? Should I just go down this road over here instead of down this one with you and just not come back? Is that what this is about? Is that what you want, Prakriti?
Actually, I wanted to practice the song. You came to me.
No,
and
I was trying to stop you. I don't know how to child. I do not know how to explain this more clearly to you. Sita and Bubbershare wanted some space. I was just trying to be polite.
You know what?
to
You
them.
ask me to give you some space. You say, "Please give me some space." You don't physically interpose yourself, and all of your talk about Bubbershare.
I walk away. I am going down that road now.
Bye.
And
Stop.
and
Kavi,
screaming to myself in halfling.
Stop.
Sita, how about you speak to Prakriti? I will go chase Kavi down, and I sort of
Please.
trot away.
Yes.
Keep walking.
I'm
Poor Asha's just like,
I tried to choose sides, but I guess I'm just like, oh no. So
Asha.
but I kind of like walk behind Babar who goes for Kavi.
I'm now on all fours if I have to speed
Oh, you'll
up.
catch up to me quick. My legs are tiny.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
you will catch
And
up to me
I
so
sort of-
fast.
I sort of start walking backwards, but I'm facing you and in front of you as you're walking.
Babar Share,
Yeah.
get out of my way.
Kavi, wait.
I'm not in your way. You're walking forward. I'm not stopping you.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, Babar Share, you know what I mean. Come on. No, this clearly isn't gonna work. I know when I need to get the road. Like, that's the thing I do best, is I just keep moving. So that's what I'm going to do. All right? Solves the
Okay,
whole
I'll
problem.
keep moving with you.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Babar Share.
And look, I mean, clearly you have some things to sort out, and we'll sort it out on the road.
I'm not the
but
one with the problem. This is
I'm-
her.
I'm not saying I don't. Clearly, we walked into something in the middle of. I don't know everything yet, but I was told, and this is something that I learned in the courtesan guilds, that nobody becomes bigger or smaller. Maybe we should find a better word for that.
You think, Babar Share?
But what I was getting at, and I'm still doing this while walking backwards.
yeah.
But the thing is that nobody becomes bigger or smaller by apologizing first or listening. And as someone who has spent more time and is more wise, perhaps forgiving those who are inexperienced. And as for using me, I consented to everything. So it's I mean, I wish you would torture me because that's also really fun.
I know we talked about that, but like I'm very slow to these kinds of things. You have to understand, friend.
That's okay.
And then I laugh.
mean,
Like, honestly, like I just sort of stop and laugh. And like no, I stop
So-
walking at that point. Listen, Babar Share, I like you, friend. You're fantastic, and you are not at all what I thought you were. I hope things with Sita, I hope they clear up. I hope things are great. You're a cute couple, but here's the bottom line.
Well, me and Sita are not going to happen, and I have to make my peace with it.
Well, then, hey, you know,
What's Asha doing?
plenty of lions in the sea.
I think she's right behind.
Oh.
Yeah, I am just very like caught in the headlights because I didn't listen to any of the conversations. So I just see like I'm kind of just picking it up on the discussions already. So I'm kind of being quiet, but also just very, very lost right now.
Yeah.
Also, I think Asha might be caught in the middle of all of this, and it's okay.
No, here, let
Asha?
me bottom line this here for you. All right. Nothing I say
Ooh,
or do will be good enough or simple enough. I tried to apologize. That got thrown back in my face. At this point, I am done. I am done. I have no other recourse. And I step around you to start walking again.
And I follow and then start walking.
Okay, so
Like,
we're gonna.
well, eventually.
Oh, so let's cook back to Sita and
Yeah,
Prakriti,
yeah.
and then
let's go to that
head
other
back.
scene.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
What happened there?
I was singing. Kavi decided that she wanted to address things she had left unaddressed and didn't like my assessment of her character.
Okay.
She also seems to think that repeating the same year over and over again makes you wise.
She's seen so much in her years. She is
She's
much older
like,
than wiser than all of us. Doesn't mean that she's always had good ways of doing things. I know
she
from
told,
experience, the older you get, sometimes you get stuck in your ways.
I've met older and wiser. This is just older.
That's fair. I can respect that. But here's the thing, we're a team.
No, we're
And
not.
yes,
We don't function as a team. We don't act as a team. We don't check with each other for anything. We're not a team yet.
this trip is our opportunity to become a team. We have a mission. And I think the only way we're going to become a team is if we're all willing to reapproach the table. Tempers will fly. Frustrations are common. That'll happen everywhere, no matter how long we are a team or not. That's normal. That's part of being, well, not human, but it's part of being alive.
There's a difference between you and Kavi. When we got in an argument, both of us were willing to see the error of what we were saying. Kavi is addicted to her own righteousness, and I just don't have time for that.
I believe you and Kavi are singing same songs in different tunes.
I don't understand that metaphor in this situation.
I think you both speak very different languages. Would that make more sense?
Yeah, but I don't think we were saying the same thing. Kavi was saying
Okay.
I'm a stupid young thing. I was saying Kavi neglects everything in her life until it suits her not to, including Babar Sher and her bow that she treasured.
Did you ask Barbara Sher if they feel that way?
I wasn't talking about how Babar Sher felt.
And yet you said that Kavi was neglecting Barbara Sher. Isn't that what you just said?
What I'm saying is the way that Kavi treated Babar Sher from the moment they met to the moment that Kavi owed Babar Sher so much money that there were better solutions than continuing to win the bet. They were unkind. And then it changed. And now she's all about Babar Sher. And Babar Sher is a good person who
I
cares about
agree.
people.
I agree. But that is Kavi and Barbara Sher's fight. If Barbara Sher sees nothing wrong with it, it's between the two of them as consenting adults.
That
I
makes
really,
sense. But you're saying then I'm supposed to accept this person who treats people as tools, the way normal people view inanimate objects, as a teammate? I am not a tool.
I don't expect you to. All I am saying here is that it would be lovely if we could all sit down and sort this out. You don't have to respect them, you just have to be able to work with them.
I
I get
want
it.
to respect them. The both thinks the world of them. I just don't see it.
Do you mind if I give you some insight to perhaps why Kavi was so taken aback by the letter from the bow?
No, I actually don't think I need it. They felt that I invaded their personal space. It was pretty obvious. They didn't hide it.
Do you get why they feel that way?
Yes,
Okay, cool. So you
but
do.
their sense of ownership over the bow, considering the bow is as old as they are, older, I don't know. We haven't talked about that. Is misguided at best, but I understand. That's the culture you all come from.
I figured you're a gift to this world, unlike any other.
No,
You are. There are very few people that see that the objects around us are as important, that they are not just tools, that they have purposes, that they have other lives, and that they have their own desires. And in the short time that we have been together, you have taught me that. And it is a fundamental shift from the way I have lived my entire life. And I am young, so I imagine for Kavi, someone who is older, that it might take a little longer to shift. It
Yes.
might take a little longer to learn how to get along with people. I understand your frustrations. I really, really do. Kavi can be grating sometimes, jovial at others, and I never quite know how to read her.
That's not my frustration with Kavi.
I understand. I'm just trying to find some common ground between you and me.
Oh, I see. That makes more sense. Both of us have frustrations with Kavi, but also appreciate her at her best.
Exactly. And frustrations are normal. I'm just wondering if hopefully Babrashir can bring Kavi back, are you willing to sit down? And all of us as a team can talk this out.
Willing? Yes. Hopeful? Well, she was chosen. Barbara Sher likes her. Yeah, the bow likes her. But not based on anything she's done.
We all will have an opportunity to prove our merit, I guess. Okay, let's wait here and let's hope that everyone else comes back.
Can I go back to singing now, please?
Yes.
And we go back to Barbara Share and Kavi and Asha.
And we hear the singing, I presume, at that point.
It
Depends
on
how far you walk.
Yeah, are we?
Are you like going at a brisk, like dashing pace, or are you just sort of
No,
sauntering?
I mean I'm just walking relatively normally. The problem is just that I have a very, very short stride. I mean, my legs are like a foot and a half long.
So we're like about 100 feet away.
Sure, that's
Approximately.
fair. Like, you managed to stop me briefly, and then like at the end of our conversation, I tried to step around you. And if at that point we like pick up that singing is happening behind us, that would be perfect for me.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
just
sure,
fine.
that works.
And you know, I turn back and say, "You see, she is happy. This is what she wants. I will go."
I've learned a little bit about Prakirti, and the thing that I know about Prakirti is that, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible.
Okay, I stop walking.
She's inundated. Imagine having to walk in a world where every object is trying to have a conversation with you, and you take the time to listen. Your attention is a little divided, and your priorities change.
I let out a really deep sigh and turn around. She doesn't want an apology from me, but okay. I mean, like, as if like to say, like, lead the way back.
Do you want to ride? And I go on all fours.
Yes, ride the tiger!
Absolutely.
Yes! Yes!
So I sort of prowl like the majestic tiger that I am.
This is beautiful. Oh my god.
Hey, I have
What
a
a
mount.
perfect moment.
I'm only level 3 and I've got a mount.
I'm on a mount.
I'm on a mount and I'm sorry, I can't control it.
Barbara Sher's given me a ride in 2 episodes now. This is great.
And you make it back to the other 2 people who were right there.
And poor Asha has no idea what just happened.
No, I'm just I walk, I follow Baba Share and see that I'm internally I'm just grateful that Kavi is going back, but has no idea why they were about to leave in the first place, and I'm just kind of shaking my head, just going, what's going on? Do I even want to know? But I don't know. And then yeah, just follow.
You'll find out soon enough.
And so we reconvene, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Are we standing in a circle? Does anyone have any preference?
Apparently,
Do
I'm
you
sitting on
get
the back
off
of
me?
Barbara Sher.
I was gonna say, do you get off me at some point? I mean, sorry, do you dismount?
No, let's just all be. Yes, I find my feet again. Let us say, like I
So
plop off.
So you two come up, and then Asha's behind you. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Mhm. Sure.
Yeah, I just walked.
I'm actually going to run up to Baba Cher and approach them for a hug. Baba, do you accept the hug?
Yeah.
And just kind of quietly say thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I back off and then face away from the group.
I have no idea why that happened, but okay.
I don't know why half of what happens around here happens, but it happens anyway.
Are we all okay to talk about this and sort this
Yeah,
out?
I absolutely am. Listen, you said you didn't want to hear it, but I will apologize. I am sorry. I snapped at you back at, does the tea house have a name? I just realized.
It's the Manipoli Tea House.
The Manipole? Did I hear that right?
Manipoli.
Manipole.
Mm-hmm.
I snapped at you at the Manipole tea house. You gave me the letter. It was short-sighted. It was unexpected. But I should not have reacted that way. I'm supposed to be more mature than you, and I really should have been. And I am sorry. I'm sorry. And then Kavi just waits for a response at that point.
Prakirti is breathing, and it's... Then she turns around and says, "Thank you. It was really important that it really wanted those things said to you, and it didn't have a way to tell you. And
I think you underestimate what this, and like I bring my bow down and I set it down, and actually I set it so that I like turn. It's kind of like standing up, so my hand's on the top of it, which I guess is up here because it's a long bow and I'm a halfling. So this thing's like
It's as tall as you, pretty
it's
much.
as tall as I am. Like I fire it sideways, like I can't fire it like this. But I kind of have my hand up here on it, and I turn the bow. And it's entirely possible this is the first time you've seen the writing along the inside of it, and it's just like I have a this piece of wood and I have a closer relationship than most of my family. Believe
get
me.
that.
We look after each other. Oh.
Each other. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's what it was too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fox, what was the line?
Fox, what was it?
We look
We-
after each other.
That's what we
Okay,
got. Okay,
okay.
good. We
Yeah.
had it right.
I know, and even if you have communicated that, it never got the chance to say that to you. And I know that felt like a violation. It wasn't meant as such, and I don't know how to apologize, or even if I should.
You just did, kid. Let's hit the road. I turn around and start walking again.
Can you hold on a minute?
Chai?
Okay, I do want to.
Yes.
I do want to stress then. I do want to stress then. Okay, Kavi is not saying that flippantly. Like I can't show you her exact body language. She did legitimately mean that. You just did. Like maybe I didn't portray that, but she meant it like sincerely and heartfeltly. And the stream just froze
Not
again,
rude.
didn't it?
No.
Yeah,
Right.
Was
yeah,
actually
I get it.
legitimately
I totally get it, but Sita's a little bit of a control freak and wants to make sure that everyone is good.
Okay,
Wait a-
cool.
wait- wait a
I
second.
wanted to make sure I wasn't confusing you as a player. Okay, so good.
No. But Sita's still gonna be exasperated and be like, "Can you please hold on a minute?"
Okay.
Biscuit?
Is this a
Anybody want
halfling
biscuit?
thing?
I turn
Like,
on my
this
heel
might-
and face Sita.
It might be a halfling thing.
I'm asking if it's like a cultural halfling thing, like you got the apology, so it's time to move on and do the work. Is that cultural?
Oh no, this is a Kavi thing.
It's a copy.
Okay. All right, but it's a you got the apology, you gave the apology. The conversation for you is big.
I mean, if you want me to explain Kavi's like thought process here, it's like she's tired of belaboring the point, and she suspects that this is as close to an apology as she's going to get out of Prakirti. So she is going to accept it as gracefully as she can and then just move on. It's sort of the idea that she's thinking through at the moment.
Sita, it's
Escort
a step.
anybody.
Maybe we should take it.
Oh no, I want to hear
What?
what Sita has to say.
Wait, what was that, Prakriti?
I said, Sita, it's a step. Maybe we should just take it.
I fully agree. I just want to make sure that we're all good here.
Biscuit?
I just
So
see
we'll
poor
take-
baby Asha going, I didn't think anything was wrong.
I will actually take a biscuit. And actually, I'm going to turn to
take a
Asha.
biscuit.
I'm going to actually turn to Asha and say, Asha,
Yes.
sweetheart, don't worry. But I think you have a perspective on this whole team
Do
that
what?
perhaps the rest of it.
I apologize if that is racist.
I don't. That was probably out of character. That line. I'm sorry.
Um,
Don't worry, I don't know if it went through the stream because like my friggin' internet just keeps cutting out. It's amazing. It's so good.
No, I know.
Oh, hey, I didn't say the racist thing. But if it
Anyways.
really is, I apologize.
anyways, to get
Anyways,
back
moving
on
on.
track,
Hey,
Asha,
Sita, I don't